Sony has announced a new QD-OLED TV that's brighter yet more affordable than the critically acclaimed Bravia A95L QD-OLED, namely the Sony Bravia 8 Mark II, which, as you can tell from its model number, still sits below the Sony Bravia 9 flagship mini LED television. It uses the latest generation QD-OLED panel from Samsung Display, and according to Sony, will deliver 25% higher peak brightness than the A95L, as well as 50% higher peak brightness than last year's Bravia 8W OLED, which will continue to be sold alongside the Bravia 8 Mark II this year. Sony refused to be drawn on the exact window size, test pattern, and picture mode they used to arrive at these figures. But in a side-by-side comparison where interested journalists were given the opportunity to play whatever content on the Bravia 8 Mark II versus the A95L it's succeeding, Sony's newest QD-OLED was able to depict the 4000 nit sun and surrounding clouds during this classic scene from Pan in a clearer and brighter manner than the A95L, therefore coming closer to matching the Sony BVM HX3110 reference monitor, which should bode well when going up against this year's flagship OLEDs equipped with either LG Display's 4-stack primary RGB tandem OLED panel or Samsung Display's 5-stack 3rd generation QD OLED panel, both boasting 4000 nits of HDR peak brightness, albeit on small window sizes at native white point, which is over blue. When asked why LG Display's 4-stack tandem OLED wasn't used as rumored, a Sony spokesperson said that based on the company's internal testing, QD-OLED still provided a better match to the HDR presentation on the Sony BVM HX3110 reference monitor, especially in terms of dark scene gradation and skin tone accuracy. So shout out to Caleb Dennison of Digital Trends for correctly predicting that in 2025 there will be a new QD-OLED TV from Sony. You're the man. Just like the A95L, the Sony Bravia 8 Mark II is equipped with a MediaTek Pantonic 1000 chipset, which means that only 2 out of 4 HDMI inputs are full bandwidth HDMI 2.1 ports capable of FRL signaling, of which one is the eARC port. Design-wise, the Sony Bravia 8 Mark II comes with a two-way stand, with both feet positioned at the edges of the screen. The metallic feet carry a non-glossy finish to prevent reflections from polluting the picture on screen, with the back portion tilted inwards for a cleaner front view. The stand can be adjusted to a higher position to accommodate a soundbar, with Sony no doubt hoping it will be a Sony-branded one. You cannot move the stand inwards to be placed onto a narrower piece of AV furniture, but the Bravia 8 Mark II has standard VESA mounting points, and it's the sleekest and slimmest model in Sony's television lineup, with a chassis depth of only 34mm, making it suitable for wall mounting. In terms of sound, the Sony Bravia 8 Mark II will have 2 actuators and 2 subwoofers, similar to the A95L, and supports acoustic center sync technology with the company's other audio products. The Sony Bravia 8 Mark II will be available in 2 screen sizes of 55, 65, but not 77 inches. For those of you wanting a bigger QD OLED TV from Sony, the 77-inch A95L will be carried over for 2025. Another new TV Sony is launching this year is the Bravia 5 Mini LED TV, pitched as a replacement for the X90L full-array local dimming LED LCD television which was released 2 years ago. The key upgrade is the Mini LED backlight powered by Sony's XR Backlight Master Drive technology, providing higher peak brightness and up to 6 times the number of local dimming zones as the X90L depending on the screen size. Talking of which, the Sony Bravia 5 will be available in 5 screen sizes of 55, 65, 75, 85 and a massive 98 inches. All except the largest 98-inch Bravia 5 will be supported on a stand with 3-way positions, which is right up my street. There's a wide position, a central position for placement on a smaller AV rack, and a propped-up higher position to accommodate a soundbar. Just like the step-up Bravia 7, The Sony Bravia 5 will use a VA-type LCD panel with a semi-gloss finish, but will obviously have lower peak brightness and less local dimming zones than the Bravia 7. The 98-inch Sony Bravia 5 will be the biggest television in Sony's lineup, and if you want to go larger, and who doesn't want to go larger? Sony recommends that you go with one of the company's projectors for the most immersive cinematic experience. But back to TVs, Sony has also announced an entry-level Bravia 3 4K LED LCD TV for Europe, which succeeds the outgoing X75WL. Direct LED backlight, 60Hz panel, no local dimming, so I probably won't be reviewing it, sorry, unless it's a sponsored video. If you're undecided about which Sony TV to buy, one place where you can get good advice is at Richer Sounds, a trusted British AV retailer with more than 50 stores in the UK, who provides 6 years warranty on the vast majority of TVs if you join the company's VIP club. You will get the best deals through cheaper VIP exclusive in-store only prices, complimentary gifts or freebies, so go visit your local Richer Sounds store or call telesales for your next TV purchase. Thanks again for your support. Okay, among Sony's new 2025 TVs, clearly the one of most interest to me and to many of you will be the Bravia 8 Mark II with the latest generation QD-OLED panel. And unlike the competing Samsung S95F QD-OLED, which features a matte anti-glare coating, the Bravia 8 Mark II will have a glossy finish and will support Dolby Vision, even though it can be argued that the benefits of the premium dynamic metadata HDR format diminish on TVs with higher peak brightness, which require less help with tone mapping. Now, the Bravia 8 Mark II QD-OLED is positioned below the Bravia 9 Mini LED TV, which means that Sony still sees Mini LED instead of OLED as the future of premium home entertainment. To find out the reasons why Sony has chosen Mini LED over OLED as its flagship display technology, please watch my explanation video by clicking here.